Are you rattled by these polls showing Biden way ahead? The polls have had Biden leading the full time and now in double digits. So are you a little bit rattled by this? I'm not. And here's why. We're in an era where polling like news has become a form of advocacy. We should always be careful to distinguish the things that are going to happen from the things that we want to happen, sort of wishful thinking. And I think this is what's going on with the left. It's tempting on our side as well. I remember going back to 2012 when I would tell people, I think Romney is going to lose. And they were like, what? I thought you were a Republican. And I'm like, well, I'm distinguishing between who I'm voting for, who I want to win, and who is going to win. Those are two separate things. The left is desperate for Biden to win. Now, they know, as we know, that Biden is a ridiculous candidate. The things that come out of his mouth are just unbelievable. He seems to have no grasp of what the population of the country is. He thinks that 150 million people have coronavirus. He literally is a kind of accident waiting to happen, a mental accident waiting to happen.
I think I was saying to you, Mac,
And then there's Trump's record. Trump has delivered a strong economy. America is respected in the world, trade deals, and on and on. So it makes no sense that Biden could be leading by that much. And in fact, he isn't. Now, there are two factors to keep in mind. One is the rigging of the polls, the oversampling of Democrats, the asking of questions a certain way. So massaging the data to get the result that you want. That's hardly new. That goes on with climate change. It goes on with many other things. If you dip the thermometer into the ocean, it doesn't give you the right temperature. You go dip it again in some other spot to show that the Earth has warmed by 1 degree over the past 100 years. The other factor is simply the cultural intimidation that discourages people from saying they are for Trump. I live in a very red part of Texas. Everyone's for Trump. Our Republican candidate gets, 85% of the vote. But you won't see a lot of Trump hats. You won't see a lot of Trump stickers. Why? I think it's because people don't want to be harassed in the grocery store. They don't want some idiot to come up and start yelling at them. This has now become the Antifa, Black Lives Matter modus operandi. So people are a little muted in their support for Trump. And I can just imagine if a pollster calls them, "Are you for Trump?" Well, I'm undecided. So there's a sense, I think, in which the polls are suppressing dramatically Trump's support. We'll find out, of course, in November. But let's not be afraid of the polls. They're meant to demoralize us. Let's not be demoralized. Let's push forward in confidence that the American people, even though many of them don't pay much attention to politics day by day, have a lot of common sense and can see through the media. It's so transparent. It's so obvious, and can see what's really going on.